What's up, guys? I hope you're healthy. I hope you're doing well. Today, we're talking about safe havens. We're going to talk about Bitcoin first and then compare it to gold. There's a few things that I want to bring your attention to. That way, going forward, you can make really intelligent decisions about your trading, about your investments with this knowledge. So if you're new to the channel, my name is Austin Silver. I appreciate you being here, checking out my trading videos. Do me a favor, if you find value, all I ask is that you give me a big thumbs up and subscribe. That way we spread this value to other traders in the community, and that way you don't miss any future videos as well. So here we have the monthly chart of Bitcoin. I want to get right into it. There's one zone, I have it boxed off here, set on December 1st of 2018. That zone on the monthly bar is my support zone that I'm using at the bottom. That's between 2,970 and about 3,660. So if you were to measure that zone, you're talking about 14% or so. That zone is the significant level of support that we just retested here on March 1st, if we're looking at the monthly bar. But let's take it down to the daily now. I've drawn some zones here in blue that I think are really important. So here on the bottom, you can see we pinned that red zone from the higher time frame just about there at 38.34. That was on March 13th. And that's kind of what inspired this video, was that I noticed from St. Patrick's Day weekend, basically right there, we've seen Bitcoin rise over 100%. To be exact, it's about 146%. Now that crazy return, some people would say, comes as the US basically went on lockdown following other countries all around the world. Everybody on St. Patrick's Day weekend, March 13, 14, 15, that's when everything started to shut down. So as things started to close, we saw Bitcoin now see its biggest push of 2020 so far. There's a few things I want to take note of here, like I said, on the technical zones as well, to show you why I do believe Bitcoin is being perceived as a safe haven, especially going into the halving coming up in just a few weeks here in May of 2020. Now, the zones that I have drawn, just three basic zones. First, the pin high here, that is June 26th of 2019, up at about 13,000. That pin creates the support zone on top, the sensitivity zone on top. There's also a zone here set back on May 26th, almost a year ago of 2019. That zone is currently where we sit right now. The support on bottom that I think is short-term support above that higher time frame zone down here at 3,500. The shorter time frame zone is here between 6,900 and 6,500. That's the short-term support that I want to see held if we're going to see any type of a pullback before the halving hopefully takes us higher over 10, 11, and maybe even above 12,000 again. I want to show you something else that I've noticed. If we were to just draw a simple trend line here from your high, showing that price was making lower highs and lower lows from June of 2019 all the way through until 2020. Here, January 19th, January 20th, we retested that trend line and pushed down off of it. However, a few days later, going into February, we actually broke through the trend line. And I think that's very, very significant. Just because this is a price sensitivity zone you see from before, and we're breaking through a basic trend line that you know most people can see. From that break, if you were to measure its extent of its push, it's about 18%. Now, if you're to take a look at what's going on here, we're actually testing, trying to break lower away from the support again, as it did here, and it can't. So now that we've gotten back through, I was like, well, let's measure this break. This one's gone about 32%. So actually a bigger push out, maybe showing some more bullish strength. But I think the fact that we are at a sensitivity zone here at about 8,600, 8,800, that tells me that going into the halving, if we can stay above 7,000, we have the potential to break 10,000. And I do think that Bitcoin and gold are being treated as safe havens because of the uncertainty in the dollar index. If you look at the dollar index, even today, let's just take a look here on the 4-hour chart, a lot of volatility today, up and down, almost 0.75% in one day. And that's substantial here. And you can see from the coronavirus lockdown starting at the beginning of March, this thing pushed almost 9%. As everything started to shut down, it's like strength came into the dollar. To me, it's reverse. It's like irrational, but that's why I don't try to forecast, and that's why I try to react. I'm reacting to what Bitcoin is telling me, that since the lockdown, it's up about 144%, as you can see again here. Now, if you look at gold, XAU USD, now if you take a look at gold from the lockdown here on the 16th, you can see we've actually pushed as well up about 21 almost here, 21%. Now, you know gold and the yen are those traditional safe havens, right? But I'm now throwing you another curveball, so to speak, another asset in the mix here. And I'm saying you should definitely be considering Bitcoin, especially going into future crises, future economic events. You should look at Bitcoin now and see what it's doing as chaos ensues. You should really pay attention to what's strong during economic turmoil, as everyone seems to be waiting for the government checks all over the world, waiting for government stimulus, as a lot of people seem to be losing their minds, losing their businesses. Things are really bad for some people. You see Bitcoin up, like I said, almost 150%. So take that for what it is. That's just what the technical charts are telling me. And if we see this again over time where we can break technical levels, hold support zones, hold those sensitivity zones, then you're going to see no matter what chaos is going on, the technical chart is still going to win, and Bitcoin and gold are going to be where money floods to. And where the money goes, it's just going to in my opinion, drive the price of that asset higher. I would not be surprised if in my lifetime we see Bitcoin at an insanely high price today, relative to today. For a lot of people right now, it's hard to think Bitcoin could hit 100,000. I'm not saying that it will, but I'm saying that there's no logic in saying that it can't. There's no warrant to that, because it definitely can. We've never seen a market like this before. What I find most interesting is when you look at the monthly, let's say I just erase all of these drawings. We don't even have an 800 EMA yet. We can't even paint a 200 EMA. We just are able to paint a 50 EMA. Now here, look at what price is doing as well. We held that zone at 3,000. Now we've seemed to find some type of support here at 6,000. Maybe we can find support at 10,000. This candle formation coming through the 21 EMA is a bullish signal to me that we're going to see another bullish month here, especially now that we're in May going into the halving. So let me know what you think. Drop a comment down below. Do you agree with me that Bitcoin can be considered a safe haven for people like me, for younger people that have a longer term investment time horizon? Or do you think Bitcoin is still too speculative and that, you just keep away from it and you're still hoarding silver coins in your basement? Let me know in the comments. I appreciate the time as always. Let me know if you found value in this video, if you want to do more of these videos that aren't directly about my systems, just more about what I think on the macro picture. Let me know. I'll keep them coming. I appreciate the attention always, everybody. Make sure you check the links down below in the description. I've got some awesome content that'll supplement this video for you, and I will see you guys in the next trade video.